day to you, and you can call me Arthur Twiggs. Today, I continue my ongoing series on the Flare Network. I am truly thankful for your incredible response to Understanding the Flare Network Series 101 for average folks just like me. Who are the Flare Network's competitors? The answer is Ethereum, Ethereum 2.0, and Cardano, and perhaps others to a lesser degree like Polkadot. In today's video, for the most part, we will discuss comparisons of the Flare Network, Ethereum, Ethereum 2.0, and Cardano. Which one is better, faster, and cheaper, and why? I began this series on the Flare Network because after watching some great YouTubers out there discuss the Flare Network, I still did not totally understand everything that I wanted to know about Flare. And, to be honest, sometimes basic crypto terms still leave me in the dark. So when I do not understand something that is important to me and my family, I dig in to try to get a grasp on things, especially where money's involved. So back to basics, and I hope you'll continue with me on this journey. And just to remind you again, I am not a financial advisor. You need to seek someone qualified to help you on your investments. I am simply trying to learn along with you as we both travel down this complicated path that hopefully will have defined clarity soon. Well now, who's in the lead for smart contract supremacy? And more importantly, who is faster, better, and cheaper? Is it the Flare Network, Ethereum, Ethereum 2.0, and its new, or is it Cardano? When I return, we will discuss all of the possibilities and perhaps arrive at some meaningful conclusions. I'd like to give a super big thank you to Brad Kimes of Digital Perspectives and also my son, the digital asset investor, for promoting my series. They have both helped me a great deal, and I appreciate that so much. When I spoke to my son about promoting this Flare series, he said, "Dad, I'll be glad to do it if I can help my audience be better informed." And I am proud of him being that way. He shows no partiality unless it can help his audience. So I hope I am doing that in some way. I would also like to thank Crypto Eddie for sending viewers my way. That means a whole lot to me. I have watched her show faithfully for several years, and she contributes tremendously to our community through her skillfully presented research and knowledge, especially from her perspectives in Japan. And it is my hope that I can simplify the Flare Network for all the viewers out there. Let's figure this thing out together. I plan to learn as much as possible about the Flare Network by the time it launches in the second quarter. Now, in my last show, I said that the launch would be in late March to mid-April. Now, after studying more, it appears that the launch date will be in late May or early June. I'm sorry about that. So, who is faster, better, and cheaper, and in my opinion, the best? You're about to hear my thoughts. So Flare, Ethereum, Ethereum 2.0, and Cardano are all decentralized, blockchain-based systems that share the same goal of bringing smart contract functionality to cryptocurrencies. We discussed that sentence in its entirety in my last show, Flare Series 101. Even I had to rewatch my show several times to totally understand things. So, all three of these smart contract systems are decentralized, blockchain-based systems, bringing contract utility to cryptocurrencies. If you did not see my 101 series, you really need to go back and watch it, and then watch this one. There's another very, very important similarity. All three smart contract systems utilize the Ethereum virtual machine. The Ethereum virtual machine is a blockchain-based software platform which allows developers to create decentralized apps. I will discuss decentralized application developers, specifically Flare Finance, in my next Understanding the Flare Network 103. For now, it is important for you simply to know and understand that the Flare network is a blockchain network and Flare Finance is an app on level 1 of the Flare network that is being built by other developers, separate from the Flare network. Flare Finance will launch approximately 1 month after the Flare network launches. Flare Finance is only one of hundreds and perhaps thousands of apps that independent developers separate from the Flare network will design and utilize on the Flare network. And those apps will be on Flare network's level 1. Please note that I just said Flare network level 1. Now, why would I say that? Because apps built on some of the other networks, such as Ethereum and Cardano, are not level 1 apps, but are level 2 apps, and there are some significant disadvantages to those apps that we will discuss later. Just keep this in the back of your mind. Now let's get back to our comparisons of the 3 main smart contract platforms. Flare, Ethereum, Ethereum 2.0, and Cardano are all dependent on Ethereum Virtual Machine to allow developers to create apps on top of their networks. But the Ethereum Virtual Machine does not connect the 3 networks in any way. The Ethereum Virtual Machine, EVM for short, is just a piece of code that is integrated into all 3 networks. That also means that if a decentralized app developer has already developed an app for the Ethereum 2.0 network, then they could easily move their application to the Flare network or the Cardano network. So, if they can move it, why would they? We will explore that later on in this video. So far, the networks appear to be equal, but here is the first major way they differ. Ethereum 2.0 and Cardano will both utilize a proof-of-stake consensus protocol, while the Flare network consensus protocol exists inside the federated Byzantine agreement. Both forms of utilization are consensus protocols that prevent people from spending the same digital money twice. But what are the differences? Why would a developer want to use Flare versus Ethereum or Cardano? So, Ethereum 2.0 and Cardano will utilize proof-of-stake consensus protocol. Proof-of-stake is a type of consensus protocol used by blockchain networks to achieve distributed agreement. Proof-of-stake requires users to stake their coin to become a validator in the network. Validators for Cardano or Ethereum 2 are responsible for the same thing as miners for Ethereum 1 in proof-of-work. Proof-of-stake validators order transactions and create new blocks so that all nodes can agree on the state of the network. Proof-of-stake attributes mining power to the proportion of coins held by a miner. In this way, instead of utilizing energy to answer proof-of-work puzzles, a proof-of-stake miner is limited to mining a percentage of transactions that is reflective of their ownership stake. For example, a miner who owns 3% of the Bitcoin available can theoretically mine only 3% of the blocks. Simply put, validators earn block rewards. Bad actors, or those who would attack the network by controlling more than 51%, are cut out due to technological and financial disincentives. But, theoretically, the proof-of-stake consensus protocol is only guaranteed to be secure so long as 51% of the stake or the crypto is held by honest participants. The security in proof-of-stake relies on economic mechanisms. According to blockgeeks.com, in proof-of-stake, bets are the transactions that will allow reward their validators with a money prize, together with each chain that the validator has bet on. Proof-of-stake is based on the idea that validators will bet according to the other's bets and leave positive feedbacks that are able to accelerate consensus. Unlike the proof-of-stake consensus protocol, the Flare consensus protocol does not rely on economic mechanisms or the value of its coin to maintain the security of the Flare network. The Flare network's consensus protocol is based on trust. Yes, you heard that right, trust. The Flare consensus protocol differs from the proof-of-stake consensus protocol in that it exists within the Federated Byzantine Agreement Protocol, or the acronym FBA. The Flare consensus protocol is built directly into the network and replaces mining and proof-of-stake rewards. In the Flare consensus protocol, existing within the Federated Byzantine Agreement, participants make their decisions based on groups of people they trust. The Flare consensus protocol reflects how people and businesses make decisions in the real world. Each participant will thus have a list of different groups of participants they trust, known as quorum slices. A quorum slice is a subset of nodes on the network that a given node chooses to trust and depend on. Each participant, furthermore, belongs to each of their own quorum slices. So let's imagine you make a transaction or a deal on the Flare network, and the deal is broadcast to others you trust or your quorum slice. After the majority of those in your quorum slice approve the deal is then forwarded for even higher approvals of their quorum slices, and so on and so forth. Once your deal hits a majority of quorums, then the deal or the transaction is written on the ledger. So, Ethereum 2.0 and Cardano use the proof-of-stake consensus protocol, which relies on economic mechanisms. And the Flare network uses its Flare consensus protocol, which exists within the Federated Byzantine Agreement, and relies on nodes of trusted participants, beginning with your own quorum slice. In addition, on the Ethereum network, there are gas fees. Gas fees are payments made by users to compensate for the computing energy required to process and validate transactions on the Ethereum blockchain. Miners dictate the gas fees on Ethereum. On Flare, the government dictates the gas fees, and they are set by the Spark owners. According to Cointelegraph, as of February, Ethereum's gas fees are again spiking to record highs, rendering many decentralized finance protocols unusable for casual investors. Average Ethereum transaction fees are now sitting at a record high of $17.67. And in addition, there are reported fees associated with using protocols requiring complicated transactions that now exceed $1,000. Even simple swaps using the exchanges Uniswap and SushiSwap cost from $40 to $75. If you look at the Flare network, transaction fees are negligible in comparison and are not attached to the value of the coin. So, where are each of these three networks in their launch cycles, and how do they plan to win the race for smart contract functionality? Since this show is understanding the Flare network, we'll begin with Flare. And again, the last I read, the Flare network launches sometimes in late May or early June. There is more good news regarding the Flare network. According to CryptoBriefing.com, Flare network has announced that it will integrate Stellar Lumens, that's XLM, as an F asset on its platform. This will make XLM compatible with Ethereum-based smart contracts and applications. Flare's decision to integrate Stellar Lumens means that users will be able to create XLM-backed tokens and use these tokens with Ethereum-based DeFi projects like Uniswap. This will be achieved through Flare Network's F asset protocol, which allows investors to transform cryptocurrencies into bridge tokens. While Stellar already supports native smart contracts, its own contracts are not compatible with Ethereum Virtual Machine. Flare's approach will overcome that restriction. Flare has previously announced 3 other integrations, which includes XRP, Litecoin, and Dogecoin. To my knowledge, Flare has not clarified whether it will conduct an airdrop for XLM, LTC, and Doge holders, as it has done for XRP, but all coins will be able to earn daily Spark airdrops once the Flare network goes live. When a coin becomes an F asset on the Flare network, like FXRP, it becomes truly trustless, as Flare uses their Spark tokens as collateral, which provides extra safety net to make it truly trustless. So, what does trustless mean on the Flare network? According to Binance Academy, a trustless system means that the participants involved do not need to know or trust each other or a third party for the system to function. On the Ethereum network, and this is very important, your wrapped Bitcoin on the Ethereum network, for example, is no longer trustless and therefore no longer decentralized. Under Ethereum's current available technology, wrapped tokens like wrapped Bitcoin cannot be decentralized and require trust in the custodian like a bank holding the funds. An F asset on the Flare network remains trustless and therefore remains decentralized. The Flare network is decentralized from the word go. There is no need to fix it. The Flare network is still in the testnet phase, and the project's main net is expected to launch on or before the end of June 21st. So, Flare is on track now. Let's get to the more complicated relationships and timelines of Ethereum 2.0 and Cardano. We'll start with Ethereum 2.0. According to Cointelegraph.com, a few months ago on December 2nd, 2020, the first block and upgrade of the long-awaited release of Ethereum 2.0 arrived. It is formally called Ethereum 2.0 and is expected to become a super fast, reliable version of their previous Ethereum original blockchain. But apparently, Ethereum 2.0 is still in phase 0. Yes, I said phase 0. The second upgrade is more fundamental, as the platform will finally let go of proof of work and will be fully supported by the validators. The Ethereum 2.0 network still relies on the computing power of miners. The article suggests the transition of Ethereum 2.0 could take 3 years, although they don't rule out faster development. There's a brilliant YouTuber out there by the name of Mickey B. Fresh. I could only wish to have as much crypto knowledge as he has. You should follow him if you are not doing so at this moment. He recently stated, and I quote, "As Ethereum is upgrading to 2.0, Flare network is already at 3.0 or even 4.0. He is convinced that the Flare network is well out front on technology and that it will not take long for developers to realize this." And you know what? I totally agree with him. He is a really smart guy and has tremendous insight into the crypto world. And now, we arrive at Cardano, the other network utilizing proof-of-stake consensus protocol. So a little history here. The founder of Cardano, Charles Hoskinson, is one of the co-founders of Ethereum. He and Vitalik Buterin and a few other programmers created Ethereum. Some of them have fallen out and each went off their own way. The other famous crypto to emerge from the original group is Polkadot, founded by Gavin Wood. All the original founders have left Ethereum except for Buterin. Charles Hoskinson has created his ultimate version of Ethereum called Cardano. And guess what? He recently said, anything Ethereum 2.0 can do, Cardano can do better. Cardano launched their Merry Hard Fork, or Phase 3 of 5, this past week on March 1st. On a side note, Cardano has soared in recent weeks, while most of the crypto world has taken a recent short-term dip. Now, why is that? I believe that smart contract developers and investors are under the illusion that Cardano may be better than Ethereum 2.0, and they realize that Ethereum 2.0 is still a long way out from utilization. I also believe, just like many of you, that they do not understand or realize just how powerful the new Flare network will be in making smart contract utilization hum. One might compare the Flare network to one of Elon Musk's rockets loaded down with quantum computers. On a side note, you should watch my series on Elon Musk if you have not yet had time. That is a real eye-opener. Now let's get back to Cardano. According to the Smart Citizen Report, Cardano's Mary protocol will enable multi-asset and native token functionality on Cardano. And the Cardano price has surged since the Mary upgrade was announced. This Cardano upgrade has boosted its ability by adding two key features. One feature that will be added after the upgrade is native token capabilities. The other feature that will be added to Cardano is multi-asset capabilities. Cardano now has the third highest crypto market cap behind Bitcoin and Ethereum. Analysts believe or predict that Cardano is the altcoin most likely to break out in 2021. But I ask the question, why? I do have my opinions on the reason. Just wait until investors and developers fully comprehend what the Flare network will do. There is no telling what levels and price the Spark token will reach when the Flare network goes live and its capabilities hit these same investors square in the face. All I can say for you Flare investors is you should be really happy. Good times are straight ahead. So let's discuss what we have discussed, or let's review what we have discussed today. The Flare network's consensus protocol relies on your trusted network versus the proof of work consensus protocol run by Ethereum 2.0 and Cardano, which relies on economic mechanisms. And Ethereum 2.0 and Cardano will suffer greatly because of these economic mechanisms. Industrial-grade products cannot trust a system secured by the value. Let's listen to Mickey B. Fresh's explanation. He does a good job on this.
We're going to see many applications built on the Flare networks. Flare Finance is just the first. We're going to see institutional-grade products built because that's what Flare Networks is built for. It's built for institutional grade because value is not being used to secure the network, like proof of stake and proof of work. That's why it has a tremendous advantage against those networks like Cardano, Cosmos, Ethereum 2.0, but it has the smart contracts of Ethereum. So what Flare Networks gives you is the best of everything with the low gas fees, and it solves the Oracle problem at the heart.
So, the Flare network is built for industrial-grade products because value is not being used to secure the network. And you cannot do that with proof of stake or proof of stake networks. After all of this research, if I had a question about which network was better, faster, and cheaper, that question has been answered for me, and that would be the Flare network. There are a lot of opinions out there, and I cannot wait to read yours in the comments section. Again, I am very thankful for your support, and I look forward to your suggestions. On the next Understanding the Flare Network Series 103, I'll study decentralized application developers. I'll specifically discuss Flare Finance on the top level 1 of the Flare network. A wholly separate company from the Flare network, Flare Finance will deliver 6 industry-proven products to the Flare ecosystem, consisting of trading, yield farming, stable currency, loans insurance, and yield mining. Flare Finance is only one of hundreds or perhaps thousands of decentralized app developers that could join the Flare network very soon, and they will all function on the top level 1 of the Flare network, which is key. So please join me for my next show when I will continue my series on the Flare network. My mind just cannot stop. I want to know the answers. Please tell your friends and family to join in, and be sure to subscribe. Hit that like button and the alarm button to be notified of future shows. Thanks so much for watching.